Hello and welcome to the Pro Wrestling Personified Podcast. I'm your host, Louis Carlin, and we're part of the Tapped Out Wrestling Podcast Network, and this is the New Japan Pro Wrestling Ring of Honor edition of the Pro Wrestling Personified Podcast. Good to be back with you this week to talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling and Ring of Honor. The New Japan Cup has come and gone. Great tournament. Absolutely loved it. Glad I signed up for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Got to watch the tournament from start to finish. It was a little tough, Sometimes you had to watch it live. You have to get up like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning to watch it, but it was worth it. It was the best wrestling I've seen in a very, very, very long time. Absolutely love New Japan Pro Wrestling, without a doubt. Going to say it right off the bat, right at the start of the show. It's become my absolute favorite promotion in the world. New Japan Pro Wrestling was just, Zack Sabre Jr. was just an absolute megastar on the show, and you had Sanada, Tanahashi, Kota Ibushi, Juice Robinson, all just, Michael Elgin. It was just a tremendous show from the first show, tremendous tournament, I should say, from the first show to the last show, the finals, which took place on March 21st, and we're gonna review the March 21st show today. I'm gonna run down the results for the March 18th show, which was the semifinal, which had Sanada against Zack Sabre Jr. As we know, Hiroshi Tanahashi has already advanced to the finals, which I reviewed last week, and the second semifinal match took place on March 18th, which was Sanada against Zack Sabre Jr., and we're gonna review that one. So we'll run down. We'll give the results for March 18th, and we'll review the semifinal match. Then I'll talk about the New Japan Cup final show that took place on March 21st, and we also have some Ring of Honor going to talk about as well. Also looking for some news on Evil, because I know he's got that orbital bone fracture, but I couldn't find anything, so I'm not sure exactly when he's coming back. And him and Sanada are the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. You have the Killer Elite Squad, Lance Archer and Davey Boy Smith Jr. hot on their heels, looking for a title shot, getting some big wins during the New Japan Cup, and we're going to talk about they took on Tomohiro Ishii and Toru Yano on the 21st show, and Ishii and Yano were also on a bit of a winning streak there. And they were in possible line for a title shot, and they met. It was an unofficial number one contender match, but we'll talk about that match that took place on March 21st between the two teams. Really good match, and the good thing is no kids cried on the 21st. Lance Archer didn't make any kids cry on the 21st. He tried to. There was one kid, a little older than the last kid that he scared. One kid was about 13. We'll go into that. He tried to make him cry. That's great stuff. And Ring of Honor. Their show. I was a little behind, but I'm caught up now on Ring of Honor, and just got done watching their latest TV episode, which was pretty good. Wasn't a bad show. And maybe we'll start with that. Maybe we'll start with Ring of Honor, and then we'll go into some New Japan, and then we'll wrap it up. But I do want to say I am looking, and I've been advertising on Twitter. Haven't been getting any responses. So if you're out there, if you're a Ring of Honor, New Japan Pro Wrestling fan, or I'm going to go ahead and say either or, because if you don't watch Ring of Honor, you just watch New Japan, or vice versa, you could come on for the Ring of Honor or New Japan Pro Wrestling segment for the show and talk to me a little bit, and then I can handle the other segments on my own. But if you're interested and you want to guest co-host, just drop me a line. Let me know. Contact me on Twitter. Contact me on Facebook. Let me know that you're interested. You can find me on Twitter at PWSOTH. That's at PWSOTH on Twitter. And you just go to Pro Wrestling Personified on Facebook. Just Pro Wrestling Personified. Type that in. You'll find me, and let me know. Let me know that you have some interest in possibly being a guest co-host. I'd love to have you. Love to have somebody sit in with me and talk with me about New Japan Pro Wrestling and Ring of Honor. I don't mind doing it on my own, but sometimes I'd like to have a little company. So give me a shout and let me know that you're interested, and I'll give you an opportunity to come on and be a guest co-host on the Pro Wrestling Personified New Japan Pro Wrestling Ring of Honor Edition podcast. I have a little bit of a sore throat today. I've been getting, I don't know, maybe it's just a lot of talking because I did the Impact Wrestling edition of the Pro Wrestling Personified podcast, and I went solo for that one. It was like an hour and 10 minutes of me just talking. I know how boring that sounds. That must sound, an hour and 10 minutes of just Lewis Carlin talking. But the point I'm trying to make is, my throat gets a little sore, and it's a little sore right now. So I have my green tea with me, so I might have to stop every now and then, just take a little sip. And I know you hear that a lot from me, but hey, I gotta take care of my throat, gotta take care of my speaking voice, so you all can hear me, right? Okay, so. Ring of Honor. Actually, Ring of Honor has their Supercard of Honor show coming up, which I previewed. I went over some of the matches last week, and the episode this week on Ring of Honor TV. It was okay. It was an okay episode. It wasn't a great episode. It was an okay episode. They set up a number of matches for Supercard of Honor. I think which I might have announced last week, so I might have jumped the gun and gave away some spoilers. I do apologize, but they did make some matches official on this show, the Ring of Honor. So the show actually opened with the Kingdom, Matt Taven, Vinny Marseglia, and TK O'Ryan. They came down to the ring. Taven says that they want a shot at the six-man titles. Bully Ray comes out and says that there is no conspiracy against them, because Matt Taven was talking about the conspiracy against the Kingdom. So Bully Ray comes out and clarifies that there's no conspiracy, that maybe it's just that they suck. Okay, they don't suck. They don't suck, Bully Ray, but whatever. So the Matt Taven says he wants a title shot at Supercard of Honor, and Bully Ray says no. When I say title shot, he wants a six-man title shot for him and Marseglia and TK O'Ryan. Bully Ray says no. That if he could, he would fire them. I don't know why he would want to fire the Kingdom. That kind of really made little sense. I guess maybe he doesn't like the Kingdom for some reason, but I don't know why he would want to fire the Kingdom. They're a very, very good team in Ring of Honor. So I wasn't a fan of him saying maybe if I could, I would fire you. Thankfully, he's not able to fire the Kingdom, because I don't want the Kingdom to be fired, and I think I speak for maybe about 80% of Ring of Honor fans who would not want to see the Kingdom get fired. Bully Ray then challenges them to come get some, blah, 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 which they don't, and then that's the end of the segment. The segment ends. So it was I don't know if it was a necessary segment or a necessary way to open the show. It was a really short segment, I guess, just to get Bully Ray some TV time, and I don't know. It's just the segment wasn't really good. For Bully Ray to come out and say that if he could, he would fire the Kingdom, like I said, was kind of ludicrous. It was ludicrous. Who would want to fire the Kingdom? You fire them, they'll end up at Impact Wrestling, and they'll take over Impact Wrestling and they'll become big stars. And then what they'll do is like EC3, after about 3 years, they'll request their release and they'll go to NXT. So, no, I'm just kidding there. But that could happen. You never know. But yeah, I wouldn't want to see them fired. But Bully Ray says no to that six-man tag team title match at Supercard of Honor that Matt Taven requested. And the reason why he said no is because we're going to find out who gets that six-man title shot later on in the show. But again, the segment wasn't very good, and to me, I felt the segment wasn't really necessary at all. But then we had a Women of Honor title tournament video package, and then we had a Women of Honor title quarterfinal match, which was Kelly Klein taking on Mandy Leon. Now, I know I touched upon this maybe 2-3 weeks ago, but it seems like this Women of Honor title tournament is just taking forever. We're going into April. I think that this title tournament was announced in January, and it's like there's 16 women in the tournament, and we're going on almost three months now, and it's still going on. So it just seems like it's just taking forever. It would have been nice if they just sped it up a bit. And in my opinion, we should have had a Women of Honor champion by now. Let me rephrase myself. I think by this time, Kelly Klein should have been holding that Women of Honor title, which she's going to win. No one's going to beat Kelly Klein. And we could have had a title match at Supercard of Honor, but instead at Supercard of Honor, at the pre-show, we're going to have the semifinal matches, and then on the actual show, we're going to have Kelly Klein will take on whoever she has to take on to defeat them and become the new Women of Honor World Champion. But today we had the quarterfinal match, Kelly Klein against Mandy Leon. And, I tell you, I wasn't really expecting much of a match. I thought Kelly Klein was going to run right over Mandy Leon, but we got a terrific match. This was a really, really, really good match. I got to tell, Mandy Leon really surprised me because in her previous matches, She seemed good, but she didn't seem great. But she came off to me as great in this match, and I was really impressed. Great job by Mandy Leon. She went toe to toe with the best women wrestler in Ring of Honor right now, and maybe even the world. One of the best women wrestlers in the world, in Kelly Klein, and went toe to toe. And we had really good action. They both hit some really good offense. Good back and forth action between the two, and I tell you again, Mandy Leon was terrific in this match, and I'm going to say it again. It was a really, 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 really good match. Quarterfinal match for the Women of Honor title, and we had a little controversy at the end. Mandy Leon had a hangman submission locked on Kelly Klein, and the referee was on the right side of them, asking if Kelly Klein would submit, and she wasn't submitting. But on the left side, out of the view of the referee, she kind of tapped out. And Mandy Leon released the hold, thinking she won the match, but the referee didn't see the tap out, which Mandy Leon argued for a little bit, but Kelly Klein came in and hit a move. I forgot which move that I think she hit a suplex. Might have been a suplex, and then she just locked on her finisher the end of the match and held it on for a decent amount of time. And Leon didn't tap out, but Leon did pass out, and the referee stopped the match, and Kelly Klein won, and Kelly Klein advances to the semifinals. But it was a great match, great job by both women. Kelly Klein, I don't need to say how big of a Kelly Klein fan I am. She's just a tremendous wrestler. Ask CC Gavaliz. That's CC Gavaliz's dream opponent, by the way. And that's another. Speaking of up and coming women wrestlers, for a shout out right now, CC Gavaliz is an incredible up and coming women's wrestler. So if you have a chance to. I was going to say Google, but go on YouTube and type in CC Gavaliz. Great talent there. Definitely going to see her in Women of Honor, I would say by the end of this year or in 2019. But she's a great talent there. Great talent. And her husband's another great talent as well, Dale Kilburn. So that's two names I would look up on YouTube and check out some of their matches. CC Gavaliz and Dale Kilburn. Dale Kilburn also. I wouldn't be surprised if Dale Kilburn shows up at Ring of Honor anytime. So they could be a husband-wife team. And in Ring of Honor. But so check them both out, CC Gavaliz and Dale Kilburn. All right, so just want to give those two guys, two wrestlers, a little shout out there. But anyway, like I said, the match was terrific. Kelly Klein, Mandy Leon, great match. Absolutely loved it. And I'm looking forward to seeing Kelly Klein getting that Women of Honor World Championship around her waist, because that's my pick, and I don't see anybody beating her. Who knows? Maybe in 2019, CC Gavaliz will challenge Kelly Klein for the Women of Honor Championship. Because I'm sure Kelly Klein, once she gets it, she's not going to lose it. I can see her being champion for like 2-3 years. But anyway, again, great match between the two. Then from there we had Jay Lethal talking about his upcoming tag team match with the Briscoes at Supercard of Honor 12, and he announces that this partner for this match is going to be none other than New Japan Pro Wrestling superstar or megastar Hiroshi Tanahashi. So that's going to be a freaking phenomenal match. The Briscoes, Mark and Jay, defending the Ring of Honor tag team titles against Jay Lethal and Hiroshi Tanahashi. Wow, that's going to be freaking awesome. I really can't wait for Supercard of Honor 12. It's going to be absolutely freaking phenomenal, that show. Then we went to match 2, which was Adam Page and Marty Scurll taking on Dalton Castle's boys. And, of course, Dalton Castle came out with them. Scurll has the eye patch on. He had the Punishment Martinez match. He got a cut over his eye. I don't really think it was that bad of a cut, but I think he's playing to it. He's exaggerating the injury. He's wearing an eye patch over his eye. And he wasn't wearing his wrestling gear, I guess because of the eye. He wasn't able to wrestle, so he's wearing a suit, and he's got his suit pants on. He's got a nice shirt. He's not wearing his wrestling gear. So he comes out. Adam Page, of course, is wearing his wrestling gear, as are the boys. And Adam Page was in the majority of the match because Marty Scurll actually tagged out at one point, went into the ring and tried to rile the fans up, but then said no, and he tagged back Adam Page. Adam Page came back into the ring and continued the match. But the match was okay. This wasn't a terrific match. It was okay, okay at best. Goes Adam Page, hits his buckshot lariat on one of the boys for the wins. Outside of the ring, Marty Scurll's getting into it verbally with Dalton Castle. They go back and forth, and that was basically it. So it really wasn't much. I know they're trying to build Scurll and Dalton Castle, but nothing really exciting happened here except a little verbal exchange, and Scurll got his hands on the Ring of Honor title and held it up for a bit and put it down, and Dalton Castle came walking over, but that was it. So there was nothing here really to get excited about in terms of their upcoming match. But then again, when you think about their upcoming match, I mean, do they really need to build that? I mean, it's Dalton Castle defending against Marty Scurll. I think that's all you really need, right? You don't really need any build. I mean, the interest is there. The interest is there. I mean, I'm interested. I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to Marty Scurll winning the Ring of Honor World Championship for the first time. So but interaction between them, it was lukewarm interaction between them, I should say. But as I said, Adam Page hits one of my favorite moves in professional wrestling, the buckshot lariat, for the win on one of the boys, and that ends the match. Then the Briscoes cut a promo on Tanahashi and Lethal. And then Silas Young and Kenny King, they are ringside and they're brawling, which is broken up by security. Silas Young gets in the ring. Bully Ray comes out, and Silas Young says that he wants a rematch at Supercard of Honor. And Bully Ray says, okay. And instead of making the announcement, he talks with Kenny King for a bit, and he lets Kenny King make the announcement. And Kenny King says, at Supercard of Honor 12, it's going to be a last man standing match between Kenny King and Silas Young for the Ring of Honor television title, which is going to be another tremendous match. I don't know, the last man standing match. The last one that Silas Young was in was against Jay Lethal, and Silas Young was victorious. So this is really Silas Young's match. I'm thinking Silas Young is going to win this match, and he's going to win the Ring of Honor TV title back. But we'll see. I know they were kind of pushing Austin Aries against Kenny King, so I wouldn't be surprised if Kenny King wins this match. I was kind of hoping that Supercard of Honor 12 we would have gotten Kenny King against Austin Aries. It would have been great to see a Ring of Honor champion taking on the Impact World Champion. That would have been really interesting, but not happening on the Supercard of Honor show. But anyway, nonetheless, this is going to be a terrific match. Kenny King and Silas Young, last man standing. I'm going with Silas Young. I'm going with Silas Young to win this match. Should I go with Silas Young or should I go with... Now I'm kind of thinking about this Austin Aries scenario because... I'm going to go with Silas Young. I'm going to stick with Silas Young. Silas Young is... Well, I made my predictions last week. I don't want to harp on the predictions this week. But I'm going with Silas Young to win that match. And then match 3, we had Flip Gordon taking on Scorpio Sky. And I was excited about this match. I know Scorpio Sky... He turned on Flip Gordon a few months back and joined SoCal Uncensored, and Flip Gordon never really got his revenge. So I thought this was going to kind of be like the revenge match, but match was okay. You know, Flip Gordon is a tremendous talent. One of the hottest young talents in Ring of Honor right now. And Scorpio Sky is also a good talent. And I was expecting like a revenge match, but it wasn't really. It was okay. The crowd was really behind Flip Gordon, 100%, and Flip hit some really good spots early on, but then wound up being a good match between the two. Some good back and forth action. Flip Gordon, like I said, tremendous talent. You know, big Flip Gordon fan, and you know, 2 weeks ago he earned a TV title shot by defeating Shane Taylor. That was another terrific match. But give me 1 second. My throat's getting a little sore again. I got to take a little sip of green tea. Give me 1 sec. Sorry, I just gonna announce those little green tea breaks just so you don't think I've disappeared. So it was a good match between the two. Flip Gordon does win. He pins Scorpio Sky. He rolls him up. He doesn't hit the 450 splash. Actually, prior to him pinning Scorpio Sky, Kazarian and Daniels tried to interfere, but Flip Gordon actually took care of them, and then he rolled up Scorpio Sky for the win. But post-match, Kazarian, Daniels, and Scorpio Sky attack Flip Gordon. The Young Bucks come down and make the save. Second time that they've saved Flip Gordon from SoCal Uncensored in the past, I think in the past 2-3 weeks. They chase off SoCal Uncensored. Matt Jackson once again offers a handshake to Flip Gordon. Flip initially refuses, but then finally Flip accepts it, and as Flip tries to go away, Matt Jackson holds on to the handshake, and you're thinking, where do you think you're going is coming? But instead, Matt Jackson hugs Flip Gordon, and Flip Gordon has earned the respect officially of the Young Bucks. So that was a good little moment there. But then Bully Ray makes his third appearance to set up yet another Supercard of Honor match. So actually this was his second. He refused one, and he's setting up his second match here. So he comes down, Bully Ray, he praises Flip Gordon, and rightfully so. Flip Gordon is tremendous talent. And then he makes a 6-man title match for Supercard of Honor, where Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, and their partner Flip Gordon will challenge the 6-man tag team champions SoCal Uncensored, Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, Scorpio Sky for those title belts. And Bully Ray says, let's make it interesting. Let's make it a ladder match. And the match becomes a ladder match. And let me tell you something. The team of the Young Bucks and Flip Gordon are going to freaking steal the show. You know, I'm thinking Jay Lethal, Hiroshi Tanahashi. That's going to be a great match against the Briscoes, but I'm looking forward to seeing the Young Bucks and Flip Gordon as a 6-man tag team. I think they're going to win the titles. I think the Bucks and Flip Gordon are going to win the 6-man tag team titles at the Supercard of Honor 12. That's going to be a tremendous match. It's going to be a great team. Young Bucks and Flip Gordon. Who would have ever thought that they'd be a 6-man tag team? And maybe Flip Gordon will become a member of the Bullet Club. Who knows? So looking forward to that as well. Looking forward to that. That ladder match should be similar. Supercard of Honor is really turning out to be a tremendous show. And next week they announce tag team match. Dalton Castle, Kenny King teaming up to take on the Briscoes. we're definitely going to see Marty Scurll and Silas Young get involved in that match. So I'm saying the Briscoes are going to win that tag team match. There's going to be interference by Young and Marty Scurll, and then Deonna Purrazzo in a semifinal match. A quarterfinal match against Maya Iwatani. So Deonna Purrazzo takes on Maya Iwatani in a Women of Honor title quarterfinal match next week. So we got Gonna have a decent show next week on Ring of Honor, and let's go over actually Supercard of Honor 12. I know I ran down the card last week. Let's just quickly run down the matches again. So it's going to be Cody versus Kenny Omega, Dalton Castle versus Marty Scurll. It's going to be I just see a spoiler here. Shoot. Oh well. Okay. I'm not going to say because I announced, I did say Deonna Purrazzo will be taking on Maya Iwatani in a quarterfinal match next week, and I see right now who's going to win that match. So I'm a little disappointed that I see this, but I might have saw it last week as well. I'm not sure, but anyway, I'm a little disappointed that I see this. So I'm not going to say the name of the winner of next week's quarterfinal match. So there will be a singles match for the Women of Honor Championship. 3 names I can name. Kelly Klein is involved. Sumi Sakai and Neil Dashwood. All 3 are involved. Then we have Hangman Page will be taking on Kota Ibushi, which should be a tremendous match. SoCal Uncensored, as I said, will be taking on the Young Bucks and Flip Gordon in a ladder match for the Ring of Honor World 6-Man Tag Team Championship. Punishment Martinez, he's going one-on-one with New Japan Pro Wrestling's Tomohiro Ishii, which should be an absolute freaking phenomenal match. There's not going to be too many scientific moves in that one. It's going to be very hard-hitting. Silas Young taking on Kenny King and Last Man Standing for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship, which I announced, and the Briscoes defending their Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles against Jay Lethal and Hiroshi Tanahashi. Jesus, that's going to be a great card. It's going to be a great card. So I'm going to review it again next week, and I'm going to give you my predictions for that show next week. I don't think I gave predictions last week, but anyway, I'll review it again. It's taking place April 7th, Saturday, April 7th at the Lakefront Arena in New Orleans. Let's see, the Lakefront, that arena holds almost 9,000 people, and last I heard that they're almost sold out. So that's gonna be a big crowd for Ring of Honor Wrestling. So I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to that show. April 7th, Saturday, April 7th. So that's gonna be a good show. And like I said, I'll be back next week. On the next show, I might not be able to make it next week, but I might have to take a 1 week hiatus or going on vacation with the family. But I might be able to do the show. But don't worry, you'll get my preview and predictions of Supercard of Honor before the show actually happens. Again, April 7th. Wow, that's going to be a great show. I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, so then that's Ring of Honor for this week. And let's move on to New Japan Pro Wrestling. New Japan Pro Wrestling, the New Japan Cup. New Japan Cup has come and gone. And what a freaking tournament. What a tournament. Zack Sabre Jr. was absolutely just tremendous in the tournament. The best technical wrestler in the world right now is Zack Sabre Jr. Great show. Great tournament. There were many shows. As I said a little earlier, New Japan Pro Wrestling is without a doubt my favorite promotion in the world right now. Absolutely love New Japan Pro Wrestling. So let's so we had Night 8, which was March 18th, 2018. Obviously, it was in 2016, March 18th. So let's just go. We had the Young Lions, Shota Umino taking on Ren Narita, which was a solid match. Shota Umino defeats Ren Narita by submission. And just want to point out, I'm just going to run down the results of the 18th, and then I'll do a full review of the 21st, which was the New Japan Pro Wrestling Cup Finals. Second match, we had Tangaloa, Yujiro Takahashi, and Bad Luck Fale taking on Togi Makabe, Toa Hanare, and Tomoyuki Oka. The winners of that match was Tangaloa, Yujiro Takahashi, and Bad Luck Fale defeat Makabe, Hanare, and Oka. Tomohiro Ishii and Toru Yano defeated Taichi and my least favorite New Japan Pro Wrestler, Iizuka. And I was calling him Iizuka. But you don't pronounce the U, like Asuka and Shinsuke. You don't pronounce the U, so it's Iizuka. So Tache and Iizuka. So I apologize for that. Probably the worst match of the entire tournament. But Ishii and Yano defeat Taichi and Iizuka. Michael Elgin and Juice Robinson take on Chase Owens and Kota Ibushi. Now let me tell you, Chase Owens and Kota Ibushi have been a tremendously fun tag team to watch in this tournament. And great. You have the Golden Lovers, Ibushi and Kenny Omega. But I kind of make a case for Chase Owens and Kota Ibushi. They're a great tag team. I hope we see more of Chase Owens and Kota Ibushi now that the New Japan Cup is over. As long as Kenny Omega is okay with it. Chase Owens in the Bullet Club, obviously siding with Kenny Omega as he's teaming here with Ibushi throughout the entire tournament, and they've been a fun tag team. Like I said, they've been a really, really good tag team to watch. But on this day, Michael Elgin and Juice Robinson do defeat Chase Owens and Kota Ibushi. The Killer Elite Squad defeated Hirooki Goto, the current never openweight heavyweight champion, and Yoshihashi by pin. Los Ingonobles de Japan defeated Suzuki Gun. Let me get... So it was Bushi, Hiromu Takahashi, and Tetsuya Naito. Defeating Desperado, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and Minoru Suzuki. Now Desperado and Kanemaru, of course, are the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, and Minoru Suzuki is the IWGP Intercontinental Champion. Now, last week I kind of thought that they might be leading to Okada and Suzuki title for title match, but the last few shows it seems like they're pushing Naito as the next challenger for Suzuki. So I think we're going to see Tetsuya Naito challenge Minoru Suzuki for the IWGP Intercontinental Championship before we see Suzuki and Okada. But then of course you got Bushi and Hiromu Takahashi. Hiromu Takahashi, of course, my personal favorite pro wrestler right now in the world. They're feuding with Desperado and Kanemaru over those IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championships. So that's basically what that match was about. But Bushi, Takahashi, and Naito defeat Desperado, Kanemaru, and Minoru Suzuki. And then from there, we had Kazuchika Okada and Chucky T taking on David Finlay and Hiroshi Tanahashi. David Finlay winds up pinning Chucky T, counters an awful waffle attempt by Chucky T, pins Chucky T, and David Finlay and Hiroshi Tanahashi defeat the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion and probably the best wrestler in the world today, Kazuchika Okada, and his partner Chucky T. So it defeats them, and then the main event was the semifinal for the New Japan Cup. Another semifinal match. Hiroshi Tanahashi has already advanced up until this moment, and Zack Sabre Jr. Taking on Sanada to determine who will be Hiroshi Tanahashi's opponent in the finals. And this was a really good match. I'll even say it was a great match. Sanada, early on, Sanada keeps countering, and he was outpowering Zack Sabre Jr. He had the strength advantage, but Zack Sabre Jr. is a technical master in the ring, and he just took over. He just locked on these submission holds, and he's like an octopus all over Sanada. And just in the end, Sanada, Zack Sabre Jr. was just too much for Sanada, as he locked on a like a bow and arrow style hold, and he he had an armbar, and Sonata couldn't get to the ropes, and he had a couple of Zack Sabre Jr. had a couple of submission holds on during the match, but Sonata was able to get to the rope or power out. But the last one, he sat enough, he couldn't power out, and Sonata just submitted, and Zack Sabre Jr. Moved on to the finals against Hiroshi Tanahashi. But it was a great match. Zack Sabre Jr. is just really absolutely shining in the New Japan Cup, and he's just submitting everybody that he goes to. He submitted Naito in the first round. He submitted Sonata here. He submitted Kota. Well, he didn't submit Kota Ibushi. The referee stopped the match, but Sabre Jr. has really been on an absolute roll, and it's really been really fun to. I love Zack Sabre Jr.'s style. I was talking to Nick at the Tap Down Wrestling Podcast Network, and Nick is not a big fan of Zack Sabre Jr.'s style, but I disagree. I love Zack Sabre Jr. Technical master in the ring, and on this day he was better than Sonata, and he defeated Sonata by submission and moved on to the finals against Hiroshi Tanahashi. And then the finals was March 21st, Wednesday, the finals of the New Japan Cup. Opening match was the Young Lions. And the Young Lions, my favorite Young Lion, Shota Umino, taking on Tetsuya Yagi. And the Young Lions always bring the fire, man. And this was a good back and forth Young Lions match. The crowd seemed to be into it. Both, in my opinion, are going to be the future of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Good back and forth action. And from what Kevin Kelly was saying is that the Young Lions have a limited amount of moves that they're allowed to use. I'd have to look that up. He's saying that they're encouraged to win their matches by submission. And on this day, Shota Umino does win by submission. He locks on a Boston Crab, and Yagi tries to fight out, but he's not able to, and he has to. He almost gets to the ropes, but Umino pulls him back to the center, and Tetsuhiro Yagi has to tap out to Shota Umino. Now with Katsuya Kitamura out, this is a chance. Shota Umino is a young lion with lots of freaking fire, and I could see him. I'd say put Shota Umino on the seven match trial challenge. Put him on that trial challenge that Kitamura just went through. Shota Umino is, of course, the son of Red Shoes, the best referee in the world for New Japan, who refs New Japan Pro Wrestling. But I love Shota Umino. He's got a great future in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I look forward to seeing more and more of Shota Umino and the rest of the Young Lions. Big fan of the Young Lions. Absolutely love them. And like I said, over and over again, the future looks bright for New Japan Pro Wrestling. I can see Umino going on excursion to the U.S. I can see him in like Ring of Honor, or even coming up to Canada and spending some time in Smash Wrestling or Destiny Wrestling or something of that nature. Or even send him to CMLL in Mexico. But yeah, future looks bright. The future is bright for New Japan Pro Wrestling with this batch of Young Lions. And in match 2, we had another Young Lion who was another one of my favorites, Tomoyuki Oka taking on Tai Chi. And I gotta say, this match was not the greatest match I've ever seen in my life. It was just a match to get Tai Chi back on the winning track. And it was okay. It was okay. Tai Chi has some really stiff kicks. He basically toyed with Oka throughout the match. Oka got some offense in, but it was mainly all Tai Chi, and he dominated the match. And Tai Chi hit a super kick. Actually lariat first, and he hit a super kick or head kick, and gets the win. Winner of the match, Tai Chi. But it was a forgettable match. Not the best match of the tournament. Of the tournament, yeah. Match 3, we had Tangaloa, Yujiro Takahashi, Bad Luck Fale, Bullet Club taking on Michael Elgin, Toa Hanare, and Togi Makabe. And this was Maccabi is really popular with the crowd, and this was a really solid match, solid tag team match with really good back and forth action. Everybody getting their spots here. Toa Hanare, I don't need to say how I feel about Toa Hanare. He's a great young star for New Japan Pro Wrestling, and he really got a chance to shine here. Hit some big moves, shoulder tackles, some good spots here for Toa Hanare. He's definitely a future star. I would love to see Tomohiro Ishii one-on-one with Toa Hanare. I think that would be a tremendous match. Anytime they get together in tag team matches, it's always fun to watch. We'll love to see them go one-on-one. I can see Toa Hanare being a future champion, whether it be the U.S. champion or the never openweight champion or the Intercontinental champion. Toa Hanare has championship gold in his future. But on this occasion, though, his team did lose. He did actually take the loss for his team. Tangaloa hit a spine buster on Hanare, then a Samoa driver for the win. And that was it. He pins Toa Hanare for the 3 count. But like I said, Toa Hanare is getting very good and very fun to watch. And I'm a fan of Toa Hanare. Match 4 of the evening was an unofficial. It wasn't announced as the number 1 contenders match for the tag team titles, which are currently held by Sonata and recuperating Evil. But let's say it was an unofficial number 1 contenders match. Both teams have been on a roll. So it was Toru Yano and Tomohiro Ishii, who've been on a winning streak as of late, against another team on a winning streak as of late, Lance Archer, Davey Boy Smith, the Killer Elite Squad. And the winner of this match would most likely get a shot at the IGP tag team titles when Evil does return. And this was a really good tag team match. Tomohiro Ishii, he's not the biggest dog in the room, but he's normally the toughest dog in the room. And he displayed some really good power moves here against some much larger opponents, Archer and Davey Boy Smith. Lance Archer continued his great heel work again. Actually, he ran out to the ring and tried to make scare a kid again. But it wasn't a 4-year-old kid. This kid must have been about 12, 13. So the kid looked a little scared, but he didn't make the kid cry. But it's good heel. He's a terrific heel. Lance Archer comes out with bottles of water, and he drinks the water and sprays them at the crowd to anger them. It's great stuff. Lance Archer is a terrific heel, and he continues this terrific heel work. Like I said, his in ring when he comes to the ring, it's just tremendous. Just walking around. It doesn't just walk down the aisle. He walks into the crowds, and he starts drinking water, and he spits water right at the crowd. And and he does it without worrying about anything. He just walks up to people and spits water at them. He'll spit water at Kevin Kelly, the announcer. He'll spit water at anybody who gets. He'll spit water at little kids. Terrific heel stuff. He's Lance Archer is a genuine heel in the world of professional wrestling today, and absolutely love the heel work by Lance Archer. Great stuff. And like I said, excellent match. It was a great match, good back and forth match. Of course, Archer and Davey Boy Smith, they hit some big moves as well. Lots of power moves, brawling. Good stuff. Not the biggest Toru Yano fan. I don't hate Toru Yano. He's more of a comedy act, and his act gets a little tiresome, I should say. Every match he runs in, he tries to pull off the turnbuckle, which he did here as well, and to get the cushions off the turnbuckle, to expose the steel turnbuckle. He does it in every match. It gets tiresome because you know what's going to happen. You know he's going to run, and it's comedy relief. So it's not. But they make a surprisingly good tag team, Toru Yano and Tomohiro Ishii. But But this match went on for about, I don't know, almost 15 minutes, I think. But Toru Yano does get hit with a killer bomb by the Killer Elite Squad, and they pin Toru Yano, and thank goodness Lance Archer and Davey Boy Smith, Killer Elite Squad, win the match. And after the match, Lance Archer choke slams one of the young lions, Brenda Rita, who was on the outside of the ring, and brings him in, choke slams him, and then he calls out Evil and Sonata for a tag team title match. So that's a match that I can't wait to see when Evil and Sonata actually did defeat Killer Elite Squad to win the titles, but Lance Archer wants Archer and Davey Boy Smith, they want a title shot, which they deserve, which they've earned by defeating Yano and Ishii in this match. Call them out. So when Sonata and when Evil returns from injury, I'm pretty sure we're going to see Killer Elite Squad challenging Evil and Sonata for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship heavyweight tag team titles. So it's something I'm really looking forward to. That should be a terrific match, and Lance Archer Lance Archer again continues that great heel work, and he's become one of my favorite wrestlers for sure. I look forward to every Lance Archer match now, just to see what he's going to do, or what heelish act he's going to commit during the match. So great stuff there. Match 5 was Juice Robinson and David Finlay against Yoshihashi and the never openweight champion Hirooki Goto. And this was another really good match. Really good match. Again, the team of Juice Robinson and David Finlay, they work really well together. Two really good talents. That New Japan, I'm sorry, did I say good? The great talents for New Japan Pro Wrestling. I could see Finlay and Juice Robinson eventually challenging Evil and Sonata for the tag team titles. But it's great stuff, great tag team. And Goto and Yoshihashi make another really good tag team. And we had a really good match. Really good match here. Good action. But the story here, Juice Robinson hitting Pulp Friction on Hirooki Goto and pinning the never openweight champion Hirooki Goto, and I totally not expecting it, and I kind of jumped up out of my chair when he did it because I wasn't expecting it. Juice Robinson pins Goto for the victory, and now you got to think that Juice Robinson is in line for a never openweight title match against Hirooki Goto. And that's something I could see Juice Robinson taking that title. He had a great New Japan Cup. Of course, he fell short to Hiroshi Tanahashi, lost to Hiroshi Tanahashi in the quarterfinal match. I'm sorry, in the semifinal match. But I can see Juice Robinson challenging Goto and actually taking that title. So that's a match I'm looking forward to. It should be happening. I can see it happening on April 1st at Sakura Genesis, April 1st. Only 2 matches have been announced, but I'll talk about those 2 matches shortly. I can see it happening there, but Juice Robinson, the never openweight heavyweight champion, it has a good ring to it. Could happen. Thought maybe we'll have the match at Strong Style Evolved, but that's not going to take place. But I can see Sakura Genesis, Hirooki Goto defending against Juice Robinson. Finlay and Juice Robinson defeat Hirooki Goto and Yoshihashi in a really good match. And why am I talking like that? Really good match. I love New Japan Pro Wrestling. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. And I really enjoyed this New Japan Cup. Great action, great stuff. They're all superstars. And match 6 was another really good match that set up set up another match, maybe two, even two matches for Sakura Genesis. Los Ingobernables de Japan, Bushi, Sanada, Hiromu Takahashi, and Tetsuya Naito taking on Desperado, Suzuki-gun, Desperado, Iizuka, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and Minoru Suzuki. Another really, really good match between both teams. Again, more setup here for it's apparent after watching this match that they're really setting up Suzuki and Naito for the IWGP Intercontinental Championship, as well as Bushi and Hiromu Takahashi against Yoshinobu Kanemaru and El Desperado, really setting for the IWGP Junior Tag Team Championship. So a lot of setting up here, and I guess Sanada and Iizuka were the odd guys out here, but that's okay. I love Sanada, not a fan of Iizuka. So it was a good match, a good solid match here. A lot of interaction between Suzuki and Naito outside the ring. They were brawling for a bit. Very, very entertaining match. All hell basically broke loose, and everybody was brawling outside for a bit. Again, setting up the title matches that I just mentioned. Very, very fun and entertaining match, as I mentioned as well. But in the end, Sanada locks on the skull end to Iizuka. Iizuka has that stupid iron hand or whatever he puts on. He tries to use it and doesn't use it, but Sanada taps out Iizuka, thankfully. I'm glad Iizuka tapped out, and because I don't like Iizuka. I'm not a fan of Iizuka. But he taps out Iizuka with the skull in, and Los Ingobernables de Japan, they win the match. But post-match, Suzuki attacks Naito on the outside, and Tanahashi and Bushi brawl with Kanemaru and Desperado in the ring, and Roppongi 3K, Sho and Yo come down, and they take out everyone, as they did not on the last show, but I think on the previous show. They showed up on another New Japan Cup card. But they show up here again, and they take everybody out, and Sho and Yo, they want the titles back. So we have three teams that are feuding right now for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship. Sho and Yo, Bushi and Takahashi, and Kanemaru and Desperado. Three excellent teams. Three really tremendous, not tremendous. Three excellent teams. Well. Takahashi is tremendous, but three excellent teams, and they're feuding for the title. So it's interesting mix there, and I'm looking forward to. I don't know if they're gonna have. Well, I'll announce what's going on at Sakura Genesis. And then match 7, we had the fun tag team of Kota Ibushi and Chase Owens taking on Kazuchika Okada and Chucky T. Of course, Chucky T. Only reason why he's here is Beretta. Trent Beretta is out injured. But he's earned his place. He's done a good job, Chucky T, for the entire New Japan Cup shows. So he's done a good job. So this was a really, really entertaining match as well. Like I said, Kota Ibushi and Chase Owens, a fun tag team. They've been consistent. They've given us really fun and entertaining matches throughout the entire tournament. And I hope to see more of Chase Owens and Kota Ibushi team down the line. In addition, of course, to the young lovers, the Golden. That'd be interesting, if when you think about it. I said if the Young Bucks team with the Golden Lovers in an 8-man tag team match, maybe we could call them the Young Lovers, or we could call them the Golden Bucks. But anyway, the Golden Lovers are the team. But again, I would want to see more of Ibushi and Chase Owens, because they made a really, really good team, as I've said numerous times. And this was a solid match. Solid match. Of course, you have the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Kazuchika Okada, Chucky T, members of Chaos, Ibushi and Owens, members of Bullet Club. Well, I don't know if Ibushi. I guess Bushi. You can say Ibushi has been teaming with Bullet Club members. We'll say it. The Bullet Club members. And so we got a solid match, good back and forth action here, and Okada does pick up another submission win. He taps out Chase Owens yet again. It's maybe the fourth time he's tapped out Chase Owens with the Cobra Clutch challenge. The Cobra Clutch, this is not Sergeant Slaughter. It's not 1980, but it's the Cobra Clutch challenge. The Cobra Clutch, he locked on Chase Owens, and Chase Owens he fights for a bit, but he winds up tapping out to the move, and looks like it's trying to get that as Okada's new finishing move. But I like the Rainmaker better than a Cobra Clutch. But yeah, no, another solid match. Another solid match here. Good stuff. And I hope we see more of Chase Owens and Kota Ibushi, the team of Chase Owens and Kota Ibushi. And then we got to the main event. The finals. The rock star, the fan favorite, everybody loves him, Hiroshi Tanahashi, taking on the technical wizard, Zack Sabre Jr. In the New Japan Cup Finals. And the winner of this match gets to pick if they want to challenge the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, Kazuchika Okada, the IWGP Intercontinental Champion, Minoru Suzuki, or the Never Openweight Champion, Hirooki Goto. So they get to choose what title they want to challenge for. So I was standing for this entire match because I've been waiting for this match since the start of the New Japan Cup. Not necessarily Sabre Jr. versus Tanahashi, but I was waiting for the finals. And there's no complaints on my part that it was Zack Sabre Jr. against Hiroshi Tanahashi. And good gosh, we got a absolutely freaking phenomenal match of the year candidate main event match. My goodness, this match was just so freaking good. Just wow. Tanahashi took it to Zack Sabre Jr. More than anybody did throughout the tournament. Gave him his toughest match to date in the tournament. Not to date, but in the tournament. And great match. My gosh, what a good match. Tanahashi took Sabre to the absolute limit. He went for this. I'm just thinking. There's so many good moves in this match. So much great back and forth action in this match, and the crowd was just solidly behind their favorite Tanahashi. They wanted Tanahashi to win this match so bad, and Tanahashi, hit many big moves like his sling blade. He got it too. There were so many 2 counts as well. So many near falls. Tanahashi had a dragon suplex for a near fall. Zack Sabre Jr. locked on a couple of submission moves as well, but Tanahashi was able to escape. Zack Sabre Jr. Locked on one of his European clutch pins for great near falls. They back and forth. They traded uppercuts. They traded blows, strikes back and forth. I'm just going back thinking of the match. It was a breathtakingly tremendous freaking match between the two. But in the end, when all was said and done, Tanahashi, he went up, he hit his patented high fly flow moves. He hit one, then he went back to hit up another, but Zack Sabre Jr. moved. And Tanahashi kind of grabbed his knee, kind of hurt his knee, and then Zack Sabre Jr. just locked on a number of submission moves, and then finally he gets Tanahashi in the center of the ring, and he locked on just this, like an octopus, locked on this inescapable submission move, and Tanahashi held on for as long as he could, but Zack Sabre Jr. gets Hiroshi Tanahashi to tap out, and it went well over a half an hour. It was close to the 40-minute mark. So Zack Sabre Jr. defeats Hiroshi Tanahashi, wins the tournament, and Zack Sabre Jr. was absolutely phenomenal in this tournament. Absolutely. I was a fan of Zack Sabre Jr., but this tournament made me a huge fan of Zack Sabre Jr. Great tournament. So Zack Sabre Jr., winner of the New Japan Cup, and he gets to pick who he wants to face, and he decides he wants Okada. He wants the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Okada, as I expected. So Okada comes out, and he heads to the ring with Gato, and Gato and Taka Michinoku, who was out with Zack Sabre Jr. Gato and Taka Michinoku go back and forth a bit on the mic. Okada and Zack Sabre Jr. face off. Zack Sabre Jr. says, get ready to tap out in a few days. So the main event for Sakura Genesis, April 1st, is going to be the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, Kazuchika Okada, defending against the challenger and New Japan Cup winner, Zack Sabre Jr. That match is going to be a match of this. That match could be a match of the century candidate. I know we've only been in the century of 2018, but that could be a match of the century candidate. Kazuchika Okada against Zack Sabre Jr. And I'm gonna. Wow, and that's coming up next week, April 1st. I'm going to say Kazuchika Okada is going to successfully defend his title against Zack Sabre Jr. Oof, that's going to be one hell of a match. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about that match. And then another match has been announced for Sakura Genesis on April 1st, and it's going to be, as I mentioned, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship. It's going to be a three-team match. It's going to be Sho and Yo versus Bushi and Hiromu Takahashi versus the champions Yoshinobu Kanemaru and El Desperado. I'm going to say Sho and Yo are getting the titles back. I'm going to say Sho and Yo are going to get the titles back here on this match. And no other matches have been announced yet. So those are the only two matches that have been announced for Sakura Genesis. But I'm expecting them any day or any moment to announce Minoru Suzuki defending the IWGP Intercontinental title against Tetsuya Naito on that card. Excuse me. So yeah, that's going to be. I'm looking forward. I'm going to be away. No, I'm sorry. It's April 1st. I'll be home. I'll be home for that. So I'll be home to see that. So I can't wait for that show. Sunday, April 1st. Sakura Genesis. But before Sakura Genesis, so that was the New Japan Cup. Like I said, before I go into Strong Style Evolved, New Japan Cup. Tremendous tournament. Looking forward to Sakura Genesis, and I'm looking forward to more and more New Japan Pro Wrestling action streamed on New Japan Pro Wrestling World, and I can review it for you here on the New Japan Ring of Honor Pro Wrestling Personified podcast. So, Strong Style Evolved will be March 25th. Which is coming up this weekend, actually. So here are the matches, and I'll have my review of the show on the next Pro Wrestling Personified podcast. First match is going to be Roppongi 3K, Sho, Yo, and Rocky Romero taking on Scorpio Sky, Frankie Kazarian, and Christopher Daniels. I need to pick a winner there. I'm going to go with SoCal Uncensored. Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, Scorpio Sky. Match 2, David Finlay and Juice Robinson taking on Gato and Hirooki Goto. Finlay and Juice Robinson. I love that tag team. Say Gato is going to get pinned probably by Juice Robinson. Robinson will face off with Goto. And actually at Sakura Genesis, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Hirooki Goto defending the Never Openweight Championship against Juice Robinson. So I'm going with Finlay and Juice Robinson to win that match. Match 3, Chucky T and Toru Yano taking on Davey Boy Smith and Lance Archer, Killer Elite Squad. There's no question in my mind that Lance Archer and Davey Boy Smith are going to win that match against Toru Yano and Chucky T. No chance that Chucky T and Toru Yano defeat Lance Archer and Davey Boy Smith, as the Killer Elite Squad are in line for a IWGP Tag Team title match against Sonata and Evil. The fourth match is interesting. It's kind of like the Bullet Club versus Bullet Club. We have Tama Tonga and Tangaloa, the Gorillas of Destiny, taking on Cody and Marty Scurll. Now, of course, we know Bullet Club is split, and Tama Tonga and Tangaloa, if I think I read that they're on Team Kenny, so Team Kenny versus Team Cody here. Do I have to pick a winner here? That's going to be a tough one. That's going to be a terrific match. I can't see, as much as I love Tama Tonga and Tangaloa, the Gorillas of Destiny, and of course they're the IWGP six-man title holders with Bad Luck Fale. I don't see them beating Cody and Marty Scurll here, but be a really interesting match. Here. So I'm going to go with Cody and Marty Scurll to defeat Tama Tonga and Tangaloa in this match. But this could be the match of the... Well, no, it's not going to be the match of the night. The match of the night is going to be the main event. So let's move on. Fifth match: Dragon Lee, Ryusuke Taguchi, Kushida, and Hiroshi Tanahashi taking on Los Ingobernables de Japan, Hiromu Takahashi, Bushi, Sonata, and Tetsuya Naito. I'm going to go with Los Ingobernables de Japan to win this eight-man tag team title match. Surprised that Suzuki is not involved in this match, but anyway. So let's move on to the next match. And the next match, and I didn't mention Rey Mysterio is actually out. He won't be appearing on the show due to an injury. There's been some rumors that the WWE doesn't want him on the show, that they're looking to sign him, but I think that's bullcrap. If the WWE would do something shallow like that, it would make me hate them more, but I don't think they would do that. But what I've been reading is Rey Mysterio is injured, so Jushin Thunder Liger will be taking on the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion Will Ospreay in this match, and Will Ospreay, I'm going to say, it should be a good match, but I'm going to say Ospreay does defeat Jushin Thunder Liger in this match. And then we have the seventh match, which is going to be a tremendous match, special tag team match. The IWGP Heavyweight Champion Kazuchika Okada teaming with Tomohiro Ishii, and they will be taking on the team of the IWGP Intercontinental Champion Minoru Suzuki and Okada's Sakura Genesis opponent and New Japan Cup winner Zack Sabre Jr. So this is going to be a really interesting match. We're going to see Okada and Sabre Jr. meeting for the first time to build towards their April 1st main event. So this is going to be a really interesting match. Can't wait to see Okada and Sabre Jr. in the ring together. And I'm going to say Sabre Jr. and Suzuki are going to win this match. I'm going to go ahead and say that they're going to build this match, build the Okada Sabre Jr. match, and I'm going to say it. I'm going to go ahead. People are going to think I'm crazy. I'm going to say in this match, Zack Sabre Jr. is going to tap out Kazuchika Okada in this tag team match. So that's what I'm saying. Zack Sabre Jr., Minoru Suzuki are going to defeat Tomohiro Ishii and Kazuchika Okada, with Zack Sabre Jr. tapping out the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Okada to really add interest and intrigue to their upcoming match at Sakura Genesis on April 1st. Then the eighth match, the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship is on the line. Jay White taking on Hangman Page. Should be a tremendous match. Hangman Page a very, 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 very good opponent there. Great challenger for Jay White, but Switchblade, Jay White should retain. Should be a really good match. Really, really good match between the two. But I'm going to pick Jay White to retain against Hangman Page. And then we have the main event special tag team match. The Golden Lovers. Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi taking on the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. This is going to be the match of forever. This could be one of the greatest matches in the history of professional wrestling. Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi, the Golden Lovers against the Young Bucks. This is going to be the best match of the show. There's no question, by far. And this might even be the match of the year. Could be the match of the decade, match of the century, and as I said, the match of all time. I don't know who's going to win this match. I don't know. I love the Golden Lovers, Omega and Ibushi. The Young Bucks, my opinion, best tag team in the world on Earth right now. But if you put a gun to my head and I had to choose a winner, I don't want to choose a winner. It's going 30 minutes. It's a 30-minute match. So I'm going to say that this match is going to be a draw. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to say this match is going to be a 30-minute time limit draw. So there will be no clear winner here. So we're going to have a draw between Ibushi, the Golden Lovers, and the Young Bucks. So that's what I'm going to say. I'm saying it's going to be a draw between both teams. But I can't wait. This is going to be a great card. Lots of good wrestling coming up for New Japan Pro Wrestling and Ring of Honor with the Supercard of Honor 12, Strong Style Evolved, and then Sakura Genesis on April 1st for New Japan Pro Wrestling. And then we have some more shows coming up in April. But April's kind of a light month for New Japan Pro Wrestling, which is good. Actually, it's not good because the more New Japan Pro Wrestling you get to watch, the better. You have some shows, a Road to Dontaku 2018. Some shows coming up, but we're not going to worry about that now. We got a lot of stuff coming up still in March for New Japan and Ring of Honor. So there you have it. Ring of Honor, New Japan Pro Wrestling. So that's it. That's it for me. I'll be back. There's a chance I might not be back next week. I'm going to be away, so I might have to take a 1-week hiatus, but I'll try my best to get back to go over New Japan, the best wrestling promotion in the world, and Ring of Honor, the second best wrestling promotion in the world. But until then, I'm going to say thank you very much for joining me today. My name is Louis Carlin. This has been the Pro Wrestling Personified podcast for the Tapped Out Wrestling Podcast Network. And until next week, thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye. And stay safe, everybody. Bye-bye.